And here he is. He's the star of a couple of my G.I. Joe reviews. It's Black Cobra Commander. He's another one of the Dollar General Joes. Um, he's a repaint of the 25th anniversary comic 2-pack. It came with tripwire. I do think there was a couple adjustments made to either his arms or his legs, but I'm not sure. But that's basically where the figure comes from. Comes with a stand. He comes with this great little handgun that was part of that comic pack that fits quite nicely in the holster underneath his arm. Unfortunately, the way the holster is positioned, uh, really hard to draw. He also comes with a sword, which he holds very nicely, and unlike the comic pack, was not bent to high heaven coming it out of the getting it out of the box. I mean, don't get me wrong; it was bent slightly. Hopefully, it's not showing up that badly on camera. But yeah, let's take a look at some details. As I mentioned in my review of Steve the Cobra Trooper, um, paint detail is very minimum, just because of the keep the cost down. So you're going to see a lot of black and a lot of gray. He does have the red Cobra insignia on his dome. Let me see if I can bring that in a little better. I think it's very glossy. It's not showing up that well. He has silver details around his web gear and chest. A little red around the belt here, which that's about as close as it's going to get. In terms of articulation, keep in mind that this was a 25th anniversary figure, so he's using that type of detailing. Head is on a ball joint, but because of the sculpting of the hood, can only go so far up and down, but does swivel left and right. Arms are on this typical ball and socket joint, single jointed elbow, um, rotation at the elbow, rotation at the wrist. No new wrist joints, but the hands are molded in a trigger pose. He does have the ab crunch, waist articulation, ball jointed hips, double jointed knees, and a very tight ankle pivot forward and back, and with rotation. As you can see, he does come with the stand, and this is also one of the problems I have with these stands is because of the raised Cobra logo, he really doesn't stand right using both pegs. But I do like the figure. Having a little fun here. Had to bring Steve back in on the action. You know, he's Cobra Commander's favorite trooper. But I could recommend getting this guy. Now, like I mentioned in the Steve review, there is a running change where he is done up in blue. That's closer to his original Cobra Commander look. And I think most of you would probably prefer that one, as we really never saw a black suited Cobra Commander in the cartoons. I'm sure he showed up in the comics, and I know my good friend Justin Bell of Generals Joe's, now Yojo.com, and the What's on Joe Mind podcast mentioned that this is a possible homage to a look he had in the comics. Regardless, whatever version you can find, pick it up. You know, it's a fun figure, and hey, you can never have too many Cobra Commanders, I guess. So this is your old pal Chuck for Cobra Commander, and once again for Steve. We'll see you next time.